It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Absolutely. Let's get right into this. The Nashville Christmas bombing. Who is Anthony Quinn Warner? Did he do it for political reasons? Did he do it for depression reasons? Did he do it for 5G conspiracy theory reasons? Did he even do it? Yeah, we're going to cover what the mainstream media refuses to. Now on the Joe Padula Show, absolutely. Make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, click the like, leave your comments, and definitely help us out and share this video now. It's the only way we can get past this stupid shadow ban that they got on us. Appreciate your help. You're part of the team. And definitely type in those comments. Intern Shane, he's on the computer. He's going to be able to read what you're saying, and I got it right here, too. All right, we got Chris checking in. We got Justin checking in. Yeah, appreciate you guys. Everyone that's checking in, let's go into it. All right, so, check this out. This weekend, we all know what happened. Boom. I've been nonstop with the coverage on it.
Did you really have to say boom?
So, good point. That's a good point. That's a good point, Red Pill Jen.
I didn't think of that either.
But the way that the Christmas Day bombing in Nashville was carried out was it was definitely chilling, and it was also filled with so many details and theories that we must find out the truth. So let's do our best and dive into it today. I got a bunch of things I want to present. Okay? Such as the suspected RV bomber Anthony Quinn Warner. Here, everyone knows what he looks like now, right?
Yeah, and thank you, by the way, for posting the real picture, because over the weekend, that poor guy who had the same name was circulating, and can you imagine?
It wasn't even the same age. I saw it,
No.
and here's the thing. You got to do your due diligence when doing your reporting and researching.
Yeah.
All right? I know you want to be like, yeah, I'm the first one to I get that feeling. I understand. You got to do your due diligence. If the suspect is a 63-year-old male named Anthony Warner, okay, if you're looking at a guy from Arkansas who's Anthony Warner, who's 28, I promise you that's not the guy. Okay, so who is he? And I don't know. Why? So the official reports say that Anthony Quinn Warner parked a recreational vehicle downtown Nashville, outside the AT&T facility. This was early, really early, in the wee hours of December 25th, Christmas Day. Mm-hmm. So, during that 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock time frame in the morning, 911 was called for multiple gunshots. They were heard near the Commerce and 2nd Avenue, okay? Right where that pretty busy area during normal daytime hours. Downtown Nashville, and it brought officers to the neighborhood. Now, Officer Tyler Llewellyn arrived first at the scene. He said this: initially, we got a shots fired call. I was running zone. I guess that's cop talk. I was running zone that night, so I took it. He said it was a liquor store, apartment complex, and Airbnb for the shots fired area. Now, he couldn't see or hear anything, so he requested access to get inside the building. Now, at that point, the parked RV, which if you need to see it, go to the live feed, the YouTube channel, the Facebook page, or the other video sites. You'll see in the bottom right hand of the picture we're showing the RV outside of the AT&T building. So the RV began playing a mid-1960s classic song by Padula Clark called Downtown. Downtown. Right.
Yeah, I used to really love that song.
So Officer Tyler Llewellyn said of the song playing that his fellow officers worked fast at this point to see what the hell was going on. But now what he remembered was seeing there was a light shining bright, and where the song goes, he heard the lyrics. What I remembered was downtown where the lights shine bright.
It's where all the lights are bright, downtown. I mean, I used to sing it. I know every word. It starts, when you're alone and life is making you, when you're alone and life is making you lonely. You can always go downtown.
Right.
When you've got worries, all the noise and the hurry seem to help, I know.
Downtown. So the RV then began to broadcast a warning of an impending explosion. Perhaps maybe giving the police officers who responded to a shots fired call time to evacuate whoever they could, as many as they could. Here, let's take a look and a listen at that video.
By the way, I think it's safe to say trigger warning at about 25 seconds in.
This is eerie stuff.
It's very creepy.
I first got access to the video, and I uploaded it to Twitter first. It took off over 200,000 views on this thing.
I saw you were the one that posted it. Yeah.
And this was crazy.
And again, 25 seconds in, trigger warning.
Now, hold on a second. Someone sent me, and I should have brought it. Clips of the AT&T voice. Very similar, by the way. Take a listen. If you can hear this message, evacuate now, right? That's a hell of an explosion.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, nonetheless, the bomb went off at 6:29 a.m., severely damaging the AT&T building and affecting about 40 other businesses down there. I mean, the explosion triggered outages across Tennessee and in portions of nearby states. It was a major explosion, as you could see in that video that we just played. But no one got killed.
It's amazing.
No one got killed.
Because of the recording.
Yeah.
I mean, three were injured. I think the severity of it was a punctured eardrum.
Yeah, he had hearing loss. The other one was knocked to the ground, I think. Nothing
Right. The
officer,
life-threatening.
correct.
Yeah. But there was no civilians harmed.
Except for, perhaps, whoever was in that RV.
Yeah.
They said it was confirmed that it was him.
Right.
Well,
They took a swab from his mother.
the search began, okay? Now, who did this was the big question, okay? Boom, we got, okay, people are safe. Who the hell did this? I mean, they had the FBI, the ATF, and local law enforcement. Here, let me go back to this guy right here.
Yeah, I couldn't believe the scope of it because, I mean, I live over in Sango, and I woke up to no electricity and no internet, and I didn't know why.
Look at all this, too.
Oh, wow, I haven't seen that.
Oh, check
Well,
this
yeah,
out.
it's crazy. It's right on 2nd Street. There's
I stay on 2nd Street. I was what business
Spaghetti
is it?
Factory.
Huh?
You know the Spaghetti Factory?
Okay.
That's where it's at.
Dana's birthday is on the
166
2nd.
2nd Street right there.
I was taking her to the Brazilian place.
Yeah.
The one recording this is a local musician down there who lives in that apartment. Comes down here and this is what he sees Christmas morning. And it was cold that Christmas
yeah, it was
morning.
like 18 degrees.
Oh, sorry.
Oops.
I think that sums that up pretty well.
Oh, I know where it is now.
The fact that the buildings are still up, I'm pretty surprised at.
Honestly, it is.
Well, aren't they older? I mean, they're
Historical buildings.
Good.
definitely.
yeah. Thank you. That's where I was like sitting here going through my
Yeah,
historical.
yeah,
That's
they
the
are.
one.
Right, they are. But nonetheless, boom. Now we got to find out. Oh my God!
You gotta stop
look
saying
at that.
boom.
It really is. It really is a. Yeah, it looks like a warpath. It looks like a war scene. Yeah,
Like
I've ran from the South Tower. I've been through the IED fields in Kandahar. I mean, very similar emotions there. But the ATF, the FBI, local law enforcement, they were tipped off of an RV at a house nearby in Antioch. Okay, Antioch is a neighborhood of Nashville, in case for those who don't know. So they searched the home of that RV of 63-year-old named Anthony Quinn Warner. Now, multiple senior federal law enforcement officials with the FBI, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, that's ATF, and also explosives. They searched the home, Bakertown Road in Antioch. A female neighbor did not want to go public with their name, said Tony, the guy went by the name Tony, lived here for a long time. He was quiet, kept to himself. In fact, even though she lived near him for 25 years, she never knew his last name. She described him as a white male with a slight build. She said he stood about 5'5", 5 feet tall, 5 inches, grayish hair, kind of long. I think she's talking about the hair. She noticed that the RV, which was parked in his yard, was moved a couple days ago. It's now not there. So the neighbor, said that Warner told her that he worked for himself in computers, and that it was a long time ago. She also said that she believed that he was self-employed in IT. He was an IT guy. He had
recently actually left.
I'll get into
his job. Yeah.
She wasn't sure for whom he worked for, but we'll get into that in just a moment. So, yeah. Bombing, of course, led to the outages in AT&T because it was an AT&T hub. Now, the neighbor said no family, no wife, no kids that she knew of, okay? And good to animals, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And also there was another neighbor that this guy, well, before we get into that one, then they started, oh my God, they're at this place. So everyone went to Google Earth, right? Google Maps. And you get to go see, what's it called on Google Maps? The Street View, right?
Street View, yeah.
So, boom, this is what pops up when you go to that address on Google Maps.
And look, there's the RV.
Okay? And there is a RV. Let's get into, we'll just say there's an RV there.
Yeah.
One of the neighbors there, he said that he saw Anthony Quinn Warner standing at his mailbox December 21st, 4 days prior to Christmas. Pulled over his car to speak with Tony. After asking how Warner's elderly mother was doing, the neighbor, Rick Loud, he said that he casually asked him, hey, Tony asked him, is Santa going to hire you anything, is going to bring you anything good for Christmas? Well, that's what the neighbor said to Warner. Well, Warner smiled and said, oh, yeah, Nashville and the world is never going to forget me, according to that neighbor.
What, wouldn't that trigger a little something in your, I mean, if my neighbor said that to me, I might kind of be like, you okay,
but to
bro?
the average Joe, that wouldn't
That is weird,
trigger
though.
anything. But it is kind of odd to have something like that come out.
I'd be like, well, what do you? I'd at least ask for more detail. Like, what do you? What do you mean?
I would have asked more questions.
Another filling artist.
And this guy is this neighbor. He's a 57-year-old truck driver. So he didn't think much of the remark and thought Warner only meant that something good was going to happen for him. Yeah, I'm sure that's what he's telling the feds. Oh, I thought he was talking about good stuff. Yeah, I had nothing to do with this.
Secret Santa, you know.
It's funny. He only said this recently, the neighbor. In the initial interview that he had, he said he never talked to the guy. Now he's talking to the, or he talked to the guy.
The original statement.
Well, so is he hiding something, or is he just trying to get his 15 minutes of fame?
Could be.
You know?
Could be.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Authorities, well, they did match human tissue recovered at the blast zone to Warner's DNA. They said that we come to the conclusion that an individual named Anthony Warner is the bomber. U.S. Attorney Donald Cochran Jr. He declared, this was on a Sunday, Sunday, that Warner was present when the bomb went off and perished in the bombing. And forensic scientists processed evidence from the crime scene and compared it to evidence collected from another vehicle used by Warner.
I don't think. I have a question about that.
Yeah, what's your question?
Okay, so we have this bomb that literally takes out power and internet all across multiple states, including 40 miles away in Clarksville, and other states, and it obviously takes out 40 buildings in Nashville. But yet they were able to find pieces of this guy's body.
Interesting. I mean,
like,
Let
how
alone
is
the
there
VIN number for the
anything
vehicle.
left?
No, I mean,
I'm sure you could find something.
I mean,
Yeah, there's always evidence. It
I've seen-
depends on
yeah.
the bomb.
I've seen people blown up, and there's fingers. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And-
I'm comparing
and
the
I hear you.
damage. I mean, it's an honest question. I wasn't trying to be like accusatory.
Very fair. Very
but-
fair question. I mean, huge explosion. That was big bomb.
It just seems really odd that they would be able to find tissue in that mess. I mean, how,
You'd be surprised.
and I probably would. I haven't seen the horrible things, thank God, that you guys have seen. So that's, I'm sure there's other people wondering too. Like,
So they collected
how?
evidence from one of his cars that he was using, and they matched it, according to the U.S. attorney there. We found DNA a match at both locations. And Douglas Kornetsky, he's a special agent in charge of the FBI's Memphis office. He said that human remains discovered at the scene were Werner's, and there was no indication that any other person was involved. We've reviewed hours of security video. We saw no other people involved around the vehicle. And he also said that a vehicle identification number was also unearthed from the blast. Now I'm getting questions.
A little bit.
They were able to find the VIN number on the RV?
Yeah.
That's a hell of a find.
Yeah.
So they find tissue, they find a VIN number, but yet,
That's a hell of a find. The VIN number.
yeah.
Like what?
I can't even find it on my
and,
car on a bright day. I mean,
And that's on an older RV. But hey, you know what? I'm just saying this is what they're putting out there. So nonetheless, yeah, there she is. I'm going to show you this in a moment. Just a little teaser. Oh, there's the outages. Yeah, ATT was affected, huh?
a little bit.
A little bit. No doubt about that.
That's why you have Verizon.
Yeah, I have Verizon. It
I
worked
do
out
too.
great.
Yeah, I had no problems. Again, I had no power, no internet, but I had my phone.
So, okay. Some, because he was a lonely man, was it a suicide mission? This guy here, okay, he gave up a job earlier this month, as Red Pill Jen was saying earlier, and gave up his house for nothing to a California woman last month, right?
Yeah, which is what suicidal people do.
It was the second house that he quit claimed to her in the past year. No reason included. Now, let's talk about the one who he gave it away to, Michelle L. Swing, the California woman. So November 25th, that's the day before Thanksgiving, again, for unclear reasons, gave the property in Antioch to an unmarried Los Angeles, California woman named Michelle Swing, $0. The deed confirms that he was unmarried. Michelle L. Swing has ties to Tennessee. Stalked her on LinkedIn. She worked in Knoxville and also other places in Tennessee. She's 29 years old, and her Facebook page was deleted, of course. I don't blame you, honey. Well, she reported that she claimed that she knew nothing about the house, but they called her Lisa Swing.
Lisa, Michelle. Wait, maybe it was Michelle L, so maybe it was Michelle Lisa.
Michelle Lisa.
Could
Yep.
be.
She said this, quote, "In the state of Tennessee, you can deed property to someone else without their consent or their signature or anything." True. It didn't even, I didn't even buy the house. He just deeded it over to me without my knowledge, she's saying. She also said this, so this all very weird to me. That's about all I can say.
But that's the second house he's given?
Yeah.
I'd say we need to give her a lie detector test.
I
yeah.
think this guy knew her.
A little bit.
She must have had something going on. You don't just give someone two houses.
No.
She declined to say whether she had ever met Warner or had family ties to him, saying, "I've been told to direct everything else to the FBI." Dope.
Well, that makes logical sense that they wouldn't. But there's so much about this that's just.
A letter that Anthony Quinn Warner allegedly sent to Michelle L. Swing. Quote, "The attic has plywood and lightning. Take a look. The basement is not normal. Take a look. Woof, woof. Julio."
What?
It's in code.
It's something,
Totally
right?
in code.
Right.
Yeah. And here's the thing, all right? So obviously this guy's been planning it, and I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen them release any details about what kind of bomb it was, but that's one hell of an explosion. That's not just a piece of PVC and some
When they do
napalm.
the research of the house, if you find something that says, "Oh, we found powder," okay, we found these cables, these wires, these snippers. I watched tons of forensic files.
Oh, yeah.
They're able to find pipe bomb people by snips, and wires that have been cut and thrown out or whatever.
And where did he buy it?
But it was RV. He could have built the whole thing in the RV.
Could have done it all in the RV.
Like Breaking Bad style.
That's a good point.
What's also interesting is when they went and searched in the house, they came out with bags of evidence, and you have yet to discover and mention a single thing of what they pulled out of that house.
Which, and I get it. If it's still under investigation, I get it.
Right.
Right.
But where my question is that, like, okay, Joe, you had mentioned that they can, you can bust people for making pipe bombs just by going to the different hardware stores. And this guy had to have been buying. Can you imagine the crap he had to have purchased? Where did he buy it from? How are there no red
there's one
flags?
Building it at.
There's one thing going around, and remember the picture of the other Anthony Warner?
Yeah.
Well, that Anthony Warner has a license to handle bomb-making material, explosive material. That's how that picture started spreading.
Oh, that's bizarre.
That is not the Anthony Warner of Tennessee, 63 years old.
Right.
Okay? So, well, this guy, I mean, no family, no kids, unmarried.
He just lost his brother and his father to cancer.
Uh-huh.
That's a lot of manure.
Yeah.
He was self-employed in an IT area, right?
For years.
The record said that he was a licensed alarm contractor with a specialty in burglar alarm installation. So he recently sent an email saying that he's quitting his job. Yeah, this is weird.
See, I've red pill
Did he
this.
go in there and do an alarm system and see all that
Could have been.
dominion?
Could have been. Well, we're going to get into that in just a moment. Like take the 5G conspiracy theorists, right? So FBI agents have been pursuing tips that Anthony Warner was paranoid about 5G spying on Americans since the pandemic hit.
Well, and also the other portion that I read anyway is that, and this is confirmed from law enforcement, is that because he had just lost his father and his brother to cancer, some people believe that 5G causes cancer, and so that there might have been some sort of correlation between his.
Interesting.
I mean, my theory on it, which I know you'll ask later, but I have my theory, and it's all about the 5G.
Well, also on the 5G, some of these theories that was going into research. Some of the theories are that 5G cell phone towers spread COVID-19.
What?
That's been going around forever.
I'm telling you. I don't believe that. I'm just
2020.
saying that. Are we still broadcasting live? Did they take us down yet?
They will.
Soda causes cancer. Cigarettes cause cancer. The sun causes cancer.
If you go to California, everything causes cancer.
How many RVs does he have?
Taxes.
Drink water.
Taxes.
Cancer.
So, but they say they are looking into more of these claims.
Here's the thing, if I may.
Yeah, of course, yes.
So, I've done a ton of research on various crimes and things like that in the past, partly for the Army and partly for some of my studies, my academic work. One thing that complex crimes will do is they will saturate the evidence bag so that there are so many things to look at that you're going to look left when you should be looking right.
The Kansas City
Exactly.
Shuffle.
There you
Right.
go, exactly.
Right.
And so we're going to get fed a ton of information and a lot of that, and they're going to see whoever, trust me, there's somebody out there who's watching all of this. And there's somebody out there who's saying, okay, which nugget are the American people going to grasp onto, and they're going to feed that storyline.
Which leads me
The puppet master.
Which leads me into, was it political in dealing with the election?
I don't think it was.
One theory alleges that AT&T had a contract to audit Dominion voting systems. We all saw this being passed around, right?
Yep.
Now, I've been looking into all of this, and I appreciate everybody sending me things. That's awesome. I always bring it. And so, and it has to do with Warner. Okay? Check this one out, too. Now, Dominion and AT&T said, no, this has no merit. But if they are involved, of course they're going to say there's no merit. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Denial.
If Dominion, and we all know what's going on with Dominion voting machines, right? Let me vote for Trump. One for Biden. Right. Okay? We all know what happened, especially out of Atrium County in Michigan, and then all the other places connected to the internet. We'll get into that one another day. Tomorrow. But this one, take a look at this. So, there was this, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this before, but it's an old school movie called The Night Before Christmas. Originally called Larceny, Inc. Okay?
Okay.
Starring Anthony Quinn. What's the name of the guy?
Anthony.
Anthony
Anthony
Quinn
Quinn.
Warner. Okay?
Oh,
Dude.
Yeah, Quinn. That's wild.
Okay?
What a coincidence.
No, man.
I'm telling you. Buckle up for a second. And again, thank you for all the information out there. We're just going over it and assessing it. Okay?
My name's Michael Myers. What's up, man?
Oh, my God.
This is like Illuminati related stuff.
So get this. All right? So the filming locations, who did it? Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers.
Okay? Now, Warner Media, LLC, check this out. Follow along. All right?
Did you just snort?
He did. Somebody snorted.
Guess who owns Warner Media and Warner Brothers?
AT&T.
AT&T.
No.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
imagine
Oh, yeah.
that.
Okay? Check this out. All right.
That's,
AT&T. Right. Owned by AT&T.
I'm waiting outside the vehicles when y'all start your cars.
Turner Broadcasting and Warner Brothers. AT&T.
I got remote start.
Warner
Yes,
Media.
Warner Media. Right.
wow.
Larceny, Inc. Noun, theft of personal property.
What do these people do for a living that they have time to link this crap together? Because I want that job because I want that much free time.
I don't know. I did a lot of researching, too. Like, I went to the taglines in the movie Larceny, Inc., A Night Before Christmas, which is perhaps when he left Antioch to get to Nashville, night before Christmas. Shut your mouth or I'll steal the gold right out of your teeth. Oof. Now, check this out.
I love how it starts out. This might be a strange coincidence.
Tariq Nasheed, verified on Twitter. He's got interesting things to always put out and say. This might just be a strange coincidence, but the AT&T building in Nashville that was blown up today was owned by Cerebus Capital, owners of Dominion Voting Systems, the company many people are accusing of voter fraud, are former executives of Cerebus, and also connecting to Biden and Clinton's. I know it gets deep. I'm just saying what is being put out there.
Imagine the Clinton's name coming
Joe,
up with
you're
a
a really
death.
good friend of mine, and I'm gonna miss you, bro.
I'm just saying this is what's being spoken of. Okay?
The truth will set you free.
Or was it even him?
That's my point.
He could have been just.
He could have been a patsy.
Did he even do it? I want to go to the Google Earth, the Google Maps street view of the RV. There's the fence. There's the brick house that we also saw in this, right? Okay. Right, there we go, right? Bay, check this out. I took these circles and I put them over these areas here.
Mm-hmm.
Take a look,
Exactly.
okay?
Where's the cameras?
Where are they now? This is the one from Nashville.
That's the other side of the RV.
No, this
No,
is the
it's not.
driver's side. You know how difficult it was to find? That's the driver's
Oh, okay,
side.
Okay.
See, and again, iHeartRadio fans. Joe Padula show on YouTube, Facebook, BitChute, Rumble. Well, maybe not YouTube after this, after they kick us off. But take a look.
It's not the same.
See this line? It stops here. The end of the machine's here. The end of the RV's here, right? This is supposed to be from the Baker Street in Antioch.
Now, what are those? Like, are those lights? Are those?
These are lines, and
No, the
this
square.
seems like a light here.
Okay, and what's that
And
other?
this, I don't know.
When was that picture taken?
This is from the I believe it said the 2019 Google Maps. Right.
And remember,
Street View.
it hardly ever moved.
Okay? So,
True.
and again, this line goes all the way to the end, and there's not even a marking of that light or whatever that other object
reflective
off
light
of the
at all.
RV. And see this window here? Where's this thing?
You can, if you go back to the other picture, and you can kind of see. At least maybe
It's a
it's
white
just,
box.
Yeah. Okay, so you see it too. I'm not
Yeah.
tripping over here. Okay.
Okay.
So maybe it was just.
I'll
like,
tell you what. I'll give it.
We'll give him the
Absolutely.
box.
Absolutely. There's the box, okay?
Stripes.
But
the stripes
why?
and the light.
Where's the
Like-
reflector on the back end of it?
Like, you don't add this, you take it off. This is Christmas, this picture.
Yeah.
So, again, I just have questions,
It's the cash cab guy.
okay?
He did it.
The Cash Cat. Oh, I love that show. And then this is from, and again, here is the Google Maps Street View.
Hey, Joe, zoom in on that motorhome.
Zooming in.
Look at the stripe
Yeah.
on that all the way to the back.
And this is the passenger side. I wish we had and I'm sure there will be security footage eventually released of that van driving through. I mean, if
It
you
had
ever,
to have gotten there somehow.
if you ever been to Nashville,
Yeah, there's cameras everywhere.
everywhere. And if you don't know that,
Check the
You
traffic
do
lights.
now.
stop meeting up with those ladies on Craigslist, okay?
Facebook Marketplace is not the place.
So I'm just saying, there's all of these different scenarios playing out with this guy, Anthony Quinn Warner. Oh no, did we freeze?
Uh-oh.
Oh. Are they screwing with us?
They would never.
Oh no.
Why are we locked up?
That's how it goes.
Are we?
Yeah.
Because you pointed out something.
Zuckerberg, please stop.
Are we still live?
Yeah, we're live.
We're still live.
All right.
Yeah,
then.
it still says so.
Here, everybody wave. Let's see. Let's see if I can see that wave.
Oh,
All right.
There we
Good,
go.
good. We're back. Okay. Yeah, see, it's stuff like that. I
Get
just
our
can't.
location, man.
I just can't.
Well, you also have 97 windows open,
Had
so
to
that
refresh.
that might be part of it.
Yeah, and this is why I never trust Bill Gates with anything about viruses, because his computers get them all.
You know, someone sent me some screenshots last night too. That of since deleted posts. That there were some rumblings from people claiming to be ISIS that were posting very early on Christmas morning, specifically about a potential threat to Tennessee and to Nashville. And I have the screenshots.
Yeah.
The posts have been deleted. And
From what I understand, not accurate.
Oh, well, I'm throwing
Right.
it out there.
Same thing with the Taylor Swift Instagram post. Not accurate.
I've seen the screenshots.
I follow her. I mean, I did. I used to. I just deleted her today.
I moved to the second floor.
Yeah, I
Right.
unfollowed
At
today.
about 4:30.
Yeah.
I can't reach the window no more.
that's why the show was late today.
Oh, I was T Swift.
She'll write a song about it.
Man. All right. Well, Mikey, yeah. What do you think of all this? What do you make? All right. And tell us what you think happened in the comment section. Mikey, yeah. Your thoughts on it all.
Are you trying to get me killed, bro?
No. Just your honest thoughts. That's all.
It kind of reminds me of the Vegas thing. You know,
The shooting in
the
Vegas.
shooting in Vegas and stuff.
At the
Nobody
country,
knows the guy.
Right.
You know, all this. I mean, a lot of things don't make sense, and people are going to do stuff, especially our government, to get what they want.
They were quick to find this guy, huh?
Oh yeah.
Or find out who he was.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the comments. Edward says,
Yeah, what is
check
it?
He says, check outside for an RV.
You saw that too? You saw.
Oh,
I
no.
saw it over
No,
here. on
go
the
ahead.
monitor.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you back in.
No. That's it.
That made me, that was a good one.
What's up, Chad? What's up, James? How you doing, Karen? All right? Appreciate you all checking us out. And you know what? I mean, and James, I hear what you're saying, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I have questions. That's all. I got questions. I mean, There's houses being given to someone who claims, I don't know who this person is.
With some weird woof woof letter.
Woof, woof, Julio. Singing me and Julio down by the schoolyard.
Or Genesis,
So you really got to look for
Could be.
you got to look for pieces of evidence that cancel each other out.
Okay.
True.
Right. So if one piece of evidence, like for instance, the neighbor, right? The neighbor's irrelevant because you've got hey, I didn't know him.
Yeah.
And then here.
Oh, I was talking to him.
Right, I was talking to him.
And he said this. And he said this big quote
that's irrelevant.
Okay.
It no longer counts. It cancels itself out. So you can get rid of that. And you do that piece by piece. And one by one, you're able to really get down to these crimes. When it comes down to it, they all boil down to a motive and a source. That's it. That's what you're looking for. The motive and the source and the perpetrator.
It said he had pets.
Yeah.
It said he was an animal
Little
lover.
dogs.
Yeah.
Did they find the dogs in the house? Were they in the RV?
Good question.
Well,
Good
with
question.
The wolf.
Woof, woof.
What
Yeah.
about
Julio.
with that story?
Wolf Julio.
Maybe
Maybe the dog's name was Julio.
Yeah, maybe.
We're figuring it out.
I think it's the 5G thing. I really
Okay,
do.
yeah, go on. Why do you think
Okay.
it's a 5G thing?
I've thought a lot about it. And here's the thing. This man could have done irreparable, he did irreparable damage, but he could have killed hundreds possibly of people, but he didn't have to give that warning. He could have done what he did in the middle of a busy afternoon with no warning whatsoever, and there would have been casualties out the you-know-what. But he didn't. He chose to do it during a time on Christmas when there wasn't going to be a lot of people
But what if it
out.
wasn't he and it was something else? There's a video out there,
Okay,
another
we're
one of the
going-
RV exploding, but it wasn't the RV exploding.
I saw that one.
It was
Right.
something across the
Stands.
street.
Yeah,
Right.
we're operating under the assumption that it was him.
You are.
That's in,
Right.
in my theory. I'm operating
Okay,
under the
understood.
assumption that
Understood,
it's him.
right.
Okay. So
Because I still got questions.
oh, I've got tons of questions, but for right now, based on the knowledge that they've chosen to share with us, is I think that really the guy was depressed, and if it was him, that it was a suicidal act. He really didn't want to hurt anybody else. Why? Otherwise, why have that recording? Why not just go there and do it?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
he gave law
But that's the thing.
enforcement a chance.
That would be my counter argument. Why doesn't he just go there and do it? If he was suicidal, and he
Because-
knows, well, not all suicides give warnings.
Well, that's the thing is
Exactly.
it's because of and that's where the 5G connection comes in, because this is a man who believed, admittedly, all of his associates said he believed that 5G caused cancer, could have killed his brother and his father. So his thing is, okay, I'm
If he
going to
thought
go
that, I don't know if we know that yet.
allegedly.
Allegedly. And also, 68 to 70, I think it was 9% was the stat, leave notes if they're going to off
Right.
themselves, right?
right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they haven't found it yet.
Maybe his notes were houses. Right, here's house.
Well, here's the thing.
Woof, woof.
The reason
Woof,
we
woof.
all
Julio.
think that it's possibly 5G, and I don't fault anybody for that, is because the FBI brought it up.
Yes.
Of course.
But they
It's
put
not
it
because
on
of
your
anything
plate.
else. The
Right.
FBI put it on your plate for you to eat.
The guy has no social media.
Exactly.
The guy has no proof of making any statements of 5G, what have you.
Yeah, his quote unquote associates, but then they completely contradict themselves and say that he was a loner.
Right.
So, like you were saying, that those two sort of cancel each other out.
Bay,
But
Putting out false information.
do you remember the DC bomb van guy with all the Trump stuff on the
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Where is he? What happened to him?
I have no idea.
Nobody knows.
Poof.
Right.
But let me. throw it
Right
up.
before a midterm election, remember? Okay?
Yep.
And here's another thing too, which I have questions about. I look to the leaders. I loved when I served this amazing nation. I loved learning from leaders and looking to my leaders to help mold myself. So let's go to the leader of Nashville.
The mayor
You
himself.
get great help from
John
your
Cooper.
federal and state partners too. They're working
Talking on the day after the explosion.
the problem. They're going to keep people safe, and that's part of the reason I can be calm is because I know we're backed up by really great first responders here. But they're going to be super careful, and they're going to inspect everything and make sure that this is the only explosion that's going to happen in Nashville today.
What the hell are you laughing
That
at?
seems an odd statement to make.
What the hell are you laughing at,
I mean-
Mayor Cooper? Do you know something?
Yeah.
And this is why we have questions. Because of crap like this, where the mayor of Nashville, Comrade Cooper,
Makes
Chuckling.
snide comments and
is
laughs about
freaking
it.
giggling while we're all like, well, if you have your phone or your information or your internet, you're like, what the hell's going on?
Be super careful, and they're going to inspect everything and make sure that, you know, this is the only explosion that's going to happen in Nashville today.
He's chuckling like, oh, a light bulb exploded. Oh, I hate to see that happen again.
I'm sorry for the language. What an asshole.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Or does he know something? I don't know.
That seemed
Go there.
it seemed nervous laughter, didn't it? Like
It,
almost.
Go there.
it could be nervous laughter. It could be nervous laughter, or does it have to do with the 2020 election? Bay, what do you say?
Well, how many businesses was lost through that explosion?
40. Around 40.
Yeah, 40. 40
Give or take.
Yeah.
And you know, he gave away his house twice.
Right. Well, he gave 2 houses away in the last year.
So, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling, like, he probably tired of the lockdown. Because if he, like Jen said, if he really wanted to hurt somebody, he would have did it during the afternoon, something like that. So, you blow up everything. I'm not saying, you know, but insurance, all that take part. And the job situation and the stuff that's been going on in the news.
He just had it.
About calling for a civil war.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe he wanted to see if he could get something started.
I think it's interesting. Here's what I think really happened. I don't know. I just don't know
It's
yet.
just so many.
The RV, the different pictures, and I'm
The inconsistent evidence. That's
I'm
being
trained
presented.
certified in Photoshop, and I was looking to make sure that Google Earth RV picture was not photoshopped, and man, there's just so the 5G stuff, AT&T, you know, the friggin' Dominion voting systems. I hear you. I know it's a lot to process. Just remember, don't always just read headlines. Go into it, think for yourselves, listen to other people's opinions. If you think they're wackadoos, you think they're crazies, just ask them why. Why? Maybe they'll lead you somewhere. But don't just always take information at face value that's handed to you.
Yeah, and don't arbitrarily share pictures of innocent people and call them suicide bombers.
Right. Unbelievable.
Joe, I got one more thing.
Yeah,
to say
what do
on
you
this.
got,
And
James?
I just got to get this.
No,
off my
do it.
chest
Do it.
Because I think this is a complete setup.
Okay.
I'm just going to put it out there.
Uh-huh.
I think this is a complete setup. I think the Dominion voting machines were heading that way if they weren't there already. I think there's been a huge call for an investigation. And
Did you guys drive in together?
And those machines,
Bro, I'm not riding up. Joe, I need a ride.
those machines were going to be investigated, and I think you can't investigate what you don't have. And
Way to destroy
Well,
the evidence.
what's the place that got burnt down in, where was that? Rochester?
yes, that was the place that printed the voting ballots.
Yep.
Why did that burn down
Exactly.
also? What blew up in Baltimore?
I can't. What was it?
I don't
Somebody help
remember.
me out.
Alexa.
Yeah.
Oh, she won't tell me.
Yeah, it was
She's on
something
strike.
dealing with.
She's in on
with
it.
What if it wasn't? What if it wasn't necessarily the explosion itself wasn't necessarily about destroying evidence, but what if it was one of those, hey, look over here real quick, and what are they doing?
It very
Again,
well could have, but
Kansas City Shuffle.
the fact
Yeah.
that it was
Could have been.
affiliated with the Dominion voting machines and Cerebus and all this other stuff makes it too coincidental.
But there's,
Right.
I haven't seen any. I'd love to see if there is actual legitimate proof that there is some type of correlation there. I think the coming weeks are going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
Full of, he said, she said. It's
All right before
the election.
an amazing date is coming up called
Yes.
January 6th.
See, and if you delay it, what else do you have? Right?
January
what
6th
can you do?
is the day that the electoral count happens, and where possibly you could see the Electoral Count Act being invoked. The Electoral Count Act of 1887, by the way. If you need to know what that is, I'll have the link of our coverage of that in the description. But let's move forward. Okay, let's move forward. Intern Shane, you get to say something.
Speak, Julio, speak.
Well,
Woof woof.
a lot of
Yeah, what do you got?
says 21 injured, 9 critically in explosion at Baltimore BGE building. Company says natural gas not involved.
See, and that was
That was when?
What day was that? That was the day after, the day of, on Christmas, right?
23rd.
The 23rd, right before. Yeah,
My
very
daughter's
interesting
gonna kill
times.
me, but you know what? That's incredibly sus.
Sus? What's sus?
It's it's basically a meme that came from the game Among Us.
It's a kid term for like suspect or whatever. It's totally sus.
We spry folks wouldn't know
Yeah.
what that
That's
is.
right.
We're spry. We're old, but have energy.
Okay, boomer.
Sprites are sus.
All right, hey, do us a favor and help us out by sharing this video. As you can tell, you know, the social media platforms, the big tech, they do not want this type of conversation happening. Why? Because it's not people playing with puppies.
Right.
So do us a favor, hit that share button on your Facebook groups or on your timeline. YouTube, the same thing. Same thing with all the iHeartRadio and the audio stuff. There is that share option. We appreciate that, and we'll make sure that's worth your while.
It's the Joe Padula Show. Bada bing. Clarksville's conversation.